he let two of his powerful Pokemon go for giggles.
Yeah, for funsies.
He let go of his Charizard for some reason.
Yeah, what was up with that?
And his Butterfree.
Butterfree is a good ass Pokemon. I don't know why the fuck, and it was an emotional moment too. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I wants to be with my female Butterfree friend," and I'm like, "Dude, you go back in the ball."
Just catch him.
Yeah, just catch them and put them together. Have two Butterfrees. What the fuck? Who cares? Okay. Last time we were fighting that big monster, right? The big fat thing.
The Tautai.
Oh yeah. The goat demon.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered why Mexicans don't get cool demons like that.
Mm.
You know, we get like one cultural representation in horror, and that's well, it's the Chupacabra, or it's the fucking La Llorona, which, if you don't know what that means in English, I know you've heard of La Llorona, but literally just means like the crying woman. Or the crier, quite technically.
Is that the woman who drowns children?
Yes. So the fact that you know her mythos already kind of elucidates my point, you know, because it's like we don't get cool demons that are like, oh yeah, well this demon came out of a pot and then it just wrecked the King Dynasty. It's like, no, I was like, okay, some woman drowned her kids and now she walks around going, oh, I want my kids back. You know, like I'm not impressed by something like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And of course, I'm speaking as a man who just simply just refuses to believe in the other world stuff. I don't believe in ghosts for sure, but
I don't believe ghosts.
yeah, I mean,
I never see like caveman ghosts or ancestor ghosts.
yeah, I've always thought like, man, like,
It kind of sprung up around the Victorian period.
yeah, but I think they're more closely related. There's tons and tons of literature and just articles written about how you know, back in the day we used to think that all of these motherfucking, I don't know, diseases was caused by ghosts, you know?
Yeah.
And come to find out they're just right, exactly. Like I'm not
you have very limited concept of medicine.
Yeah, I'm not deriding ancient humans of like, oh, look how stupid these guys were. It's like they're doing the best they can with what they have, and what they have is twofold. Number one,
fuel.
Yeah, nightmare fuel, superstition, right? Because they don't know what's going on. They don't give like they have no context for the universe around them. You know, no. Maybe they could have treated their scientists a little bit better. You know, maybe don't put Galileo under house arrest and fucking ruin his life forever for saying, maybe.
But the funny thing about Galileo is that they didn't really care like about the science thing. They just said stop disrespecting the church, and he would not stop disrespecting the church.
See, that makes
why he got killed. It's not that he was proving myths and all that. No, he wouldn't stop shit talking the church, and they said if you keep doing this, we're going to kill you, and he kept doing it.
Okay, but see, that's based. You know, like I'm not saying disrespect the church just because they're the church. I'm saying any authority that's like, don't make fun of us. I say make fun of them. I say 100% make fun of them.
You can make fun of them, just don't be surprised
when they kill your ass. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it. But, the whole thing about it is you know, how much of that is just like people making the best out of a terrible situation, and how much of that is just more that typical rich people have control of you and they just do whatever the fuck they want, like who cares? It's pretty half and half, right? So I am impassioned by the plight of the and it's dismissive to say it this way, but I'm gonna say it anyways, like the pre-civilized era,
Yeah.
I'm just dismissive about that in particular, like the idea that, you know, like, oh, everything got fixed when civilization kicked in. It's like, no, I get it, but we're definitely much better than we used to be. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, we have public education now. That was pretty
Yeah.
much unheard of until relatively recently.
It turns out only the rich wanted to have an education,
Hmm.
and they did a lot of stuff to stop us from having one.
Yeah.
So, oh, I opened up the game. I was busy looking at stuff. Again, I'm not going to be dismissive of ancient civilizations or ancient cultures, but
No,
you
it's very easy to look on the past and say, "Well, these people are idiots. Why didn't they know that X, Y, and Z?"
right.
And give it like another 100, another 1,000 years if we haven't nuked ourselves yet to future generations looking back on the 2000s and
Yeah.
going, "What the fuck were they doing?
Right.
Why were they? Why were they using plastic in everything?"
Yeah, that's going to be the big one.
Why didn't they figure out that the specific algae can eat the microplastics out of the air? Are they dumb?
Yeah, that's like, why didn't they reach into the pocket dimension and just clean the plastic that way? You know, like, yeah, it's a really sci-fi kind of way of looking at it. But I also just read an article about how we're thinking of regrowing our teeth in about 6 years time. And that's pretty fucking sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fucking sci-fi. So yeah, whatever you think about how far we came in the last 124 years or like 100 years.
The concept of antibiotics is only like 100 years old. If
Yeah.
that.
And look at how quickly it's turning against us, you know? Like, look at how quickly all these bacteria is like, well, I'm just going to be immune to that. And that is all because of human failing, by the way.
Well, that and they don't want to update the antibiotics because that costs money,
Yeah, that's true. But also,
which is mostly the fault of it.
yeah, it's a good idea to follow through on all prescriptions and not just flush them down the toilet when you think you're not sick anymore. Yes, most of it is corporate greed as per usual, but it's also really important to follow through on all your prescriptions.
Yeah.
All the way through. Please eat all your pills.
If not for yourself, then for the germs around you.
Yeah, the germs around you cannot build an immunity if they're fucking dead. And
Yeah, there's already a lot of cases. Well, not a lot of cases, like a few cases of like old people just dying because the antibiotics aren't responding.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot. There's even coding and everything for it. So it's not. You know, we know that it's around. It's I forget what it's called, but it's something resistant. Fuck. I'll look it up, but it's something resistant, something bacteria or virus. Yeah. So, you know, when you already have a compromised immune system from years of being old, it ends up being even worse for you if all of a sudden you have to fight and deal with a virus that's just immune to any way of helping you.
Oh, yeah.
Most old people get the short end of the stick anyways, so
Yeah.
I empathize with them. I'm not being dismissive of their plight, but dude, nursing facilities are the worst fucking thing that's ever been invented. You couldn't find a worse place to send your loved ones. And yeah, I get that a lot of people don't have the option, but Christ, dude, explore your avenues before you send any loved one to a nursing facility, because they simply don't care. They just pound for pound, they simply do not care.
Unless you're paying for an expensive one, which I don't think they are.
Which they don't. If you have the money to pay for an expensive one, you have the money to pay for a fucking round the clock caretaker.
Yeah, even that's way better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Type B, is it Type B? A lot of mean girls go into the nursing facilities because it lets them get free access to people who can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
To continue being just horrible, horrible people.
Yeah. I've seen not studies, but I've seen that demonstrated just from working in a clinic. more than one nurse is called being uppity about why we're doing stuff, and it's like, brother, he is losing his leg unless something changes.
Yeah, just people just don't have the humanity, just find themselves drawn to these positions.
Yeah. My bird is angry today.
He's
What?
not a happy one.
You want me to turn off the light? I'll turn off the light. That make you feel better? But yeah, again, you know, I'm not even gonna waste my breath saying, well, yeah, those nursing facilities are like that, because it's a stupid thing, stupid comment to make. But
Yeah.
believe me when I say most nursing facilities are not equipped.
If you're a rich person, just get an around the clock care.
Yeah, just hire an abuelita or something that was an ex-nurse or something. Just do it. Don't send your loved ones to nursing facilities. Nursing facilities have undergone proper rebranding to be called something else. Now they're called skilled nursing facilities. Instead of nursing homes, they successfully rebranded to skilled nursing facilities, and it sucks.
Because of the stigma around it.
Yeah, the stigma, which, by the way, they brought upon themselves, and they 100% had to earn.
Yeah. Kind of stuff like that doesn't come out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. Stigmas don't just fall out of the...
Contrary to belief, they don't come from nowhere.
Well, the bigger controversial statement I'm about to make is that stereotypes don't just fall out of the sky. How about that?
No, they don't.
They have some basis near them, and yeah, I'm talking about good and bad stereotypes.
Yeah. It's just the unfortunate way of humans process.
Well, it makes it so much easier for us to process things. It's how you deal with that information that brings you into trouble or causes bigotry and stuff.
Humans are incredibly tribalistic, even today.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, and I personally...
It came with your fucking instinct.
Yeah, it came with my instincts to just not trust different looking things, and I'm not even really talking about other people. I just mean I don't trust insects that I don't recognize. If I see a nice little daddy long legs, I'll leave them alone. But if I see, you know, fly fucker 30,000 crawling around my wall, I'm gonna be a little bit less likely to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's a good spider. I'm not gonna kill him, but I'm gonna be afraid of him. You know, I make it a point with spiders and anything that I can realistically put inside of a cup that I do everything I can in order to take them outside after they, you know, after I see them. Because I don't want to hurt the spider, even if it's dangerous to me. The spider does not have a say in how I perceive him.
No.
Right. They literally don't have the capacity to understand what's happening in the world around them. They know one thing, which is I want insects because I need to live, and then also I need to have kids because I want to live. But I can tell you what a spider is, what family it belongs to, the relatively good idea of how dangerous it is to me just based on how its colors and its behaviors. But the spider is blameless in this.
It's just doing what it was born to.
Oh yeah, it's just doing what it was born to, and it's fucked up to dislike it just because it looks different, you know?
Yeah. No, this is the way humans are.
Yeah. So in my case, I try to do everything I can in order to let spiders out, and if realistically, I wouldn't lose sleep if I accidentally killed a spider. But if I, there's only really one explanation or one incident or one scenario where I would feel bad for killing a spider, and it's if I was trying to get the spider out and I got lazy or I gave up. If the spider is like trying to, if I'm trying to get the spider out of my room or my house, and all of a sudden he like rushes me, and I instinctively smash it, I'm not gonna feel bad about that, you know, because I was protecting myself. Maybe I wasn't protecting myself, but you better believe my body thought we were. I don't always get the option to control my instincts and flinching and smashing things that move is 100% part of my instincts. So, but if I got really lazy and I was just like, no, like I gotta go downstairs and stuff, and I just killed the spider, then I'd feel bad.
That's different. That's willingly killing something because it annoys you.
Right, willingly killing something
Not out of like instinct, or it jumps on you and you instantly react to it.
Right. Hold on, I gotta disable the stream overlay. I forgot I was doing that for the Marvel Rivals shit. It doesn't bother me, but that's the problem I was having earlier was people would log on and then all of a sudden their shit would show up.
Flood up.
But yeah,
Doxed.
the doxed. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Spiders are a special case because they're small enough to be agile and hidden within my sphere of influence, and then suddenly go, oh, wow, that's a spider I got to deal with all of a sudden.
Also, it's different here because we don't have any sort of venomous spiders.
Right.
We basically have no like predators left.
Must be nice, but not really. I like the idea that America still has some of that wildness to it. Every once in a while, we still get jaguars and stuff from Mexico. It's kind of cool. It'll make the national news that a jaguar just crossed international borders and ended up in some lady's like backyard.
Yeah.
Like it ends up being that a pretty common occurrence. Like not exaggeratedly common, but pretty common.
Yeah, noticeably common.
Yeah. Not exactly rare, you know? That was weird. So, you know, the only other thing that gets a bad rap is snakes, but I have a hard time defending snakes. I feel like snakes do a good job of warning you when you're fucking up.
Well, they don't always bite you. They mostly hiss it.
They mostly hiss at you, and typically you can pretty much gauge the incident of a snake being dangerous to you is much higher than a spider being dangerous to you. Most spiders are relatively chill and don't understand the world around them. Snakes 100% understand the world around them.
Oh, yeah.
And understand that they understand it enough to give warnings, which is something that a spider typically doesn't do. There are a couple of spiders that do that.
Yeah, they raise an all.
Yeah.
Front legs.
Tarantulas and I think jumping spiders are famous examples of that.
But tarantulas are very timid creatures.
Tarantulas are not only timid, they are not dangerous at all to humans. The worst that they can do is the same thing you could find from like danger from a Pomeranian, which is a Pomeranian could bite you, but it wouldn't hurt you. What might hurt you is that you could develop an infection from the bite because it's a foreign creature breaking your skin. Tarantulas...
Humans could do that very easily as well.
Humans are excellent at doing that. Actually, we carry a lot of saliva in our fucking spit.
Oh yeah, aliens are probably classified as portable zoos because of the amount of bacteria and symbiosis we have with a lot of germs.
Yeah, I'm glad you used that word because we're reliant on some of this bacteria in order to have fully functional lives. Like think about your gut bacteria and how much it does for your digestion and mood and like everything really. And it's like, oh yeah, okay. Humans would look at us as like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, you guys are just.
How do they live like this?
I was like, oh my god, you guys are just fucking carrying parasites left and right. What the fuck? So, I bet nowadays you see people cracking jokes because you think about like tapeworms and stuff. And people are like, in one way, in many ways, find them repulsive. But in one way, it's like, you know, people with tapeworms lose a lot of weight. Like, a lot and really quickly. It's like,
Big think.
Big think.
But then again, a parasite is a literal... A tapeworm is a literal parasite.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't give anything back. It just takes.
Yeah, it just takes your nutrients. And that's part of the reason why it fucking... makes you lose weight, but you know, I don't like the idea, but also brother's got to lose weight. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. You know, man's got to lose weight.
Mhm.
It's still relatively having a tapeworm is still relatively better health wise than fucking being diabetic or being overweight in general. You know, given the choice between one or the other, I'm looking at that tapeworm, trying to give him a name. You know what I mean?
Mhm. It wouldn't
So
surprise me if later on, like controlled like tapeworms and stuff like that are used for general health.
I think I would have disagreed with you maybe 2 years ago, but now with the onslaught of like Ozempic and shit like that, like
Hmm.
so many people are just losing weight because of that stuff. And
Yeah.
Elio and I are waiting for it to be in the out of copyright protection for us to go just like ham on buying the generic equivalent of it. I'm gonna give it about like maybe a year or 6 months, and I'm just gonna look up. Okay, well, what do we have OTC for Ozempic equivalent or not Ozempic? Yeah, it is Ozempic.
Isn't that just basically insulin?
Yeah, it's a form of insulin for diabetics, but one of the side effects that it brought out was appetite suppression.
Yeah, because I think they're rolling that out in London to deal with the obesity crisis that we have.
I mean,
But we're slowly catching up with the Americas, the goddamn Yanks. We're putting in the work.
the Yanks need it more than the British people. I don't know, dude.
I mean, they're rolling out for the funniest fucking reason is that they're doing it to try and get people off benefits.
Like, get them on benefits or off benefits? Oh, off benefits.
So that they start working, because
Oh.
that's the only reason why people are on benefits,
That is
question mark.
so funny.
It's a very ignorant way of looking at it, because for the most part, people who are on benefits need them.
Yeah.
It's this very dumb way of looking at oh well, they're all benefit sheets, they're all this, all that. It's this weird classism that the Brits are very, very well known for.
Oh, yeah.
We hate the working class.
Dude, they made so many TV shows just saying, I hate the working class in Britain, dude. And I've seen some of them. It's really funny. So, yeah, I mean, you guys are... Oh, that was it?
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine, I guess. I probably could have explained a little bit more. Anyways, the whole idea is that Americans deserve the stereotype of being fucking obese monsters. Like, no joke. Everybody, you read, like, you'll watch some VTubers or... Oh, did he just lick his lips at me?
Yeah.
That is, Okay, you see, like, VTubers and stuff who come from overseas, and they're like, oh, first thing I noticed when I got to the United States is that their food portions are huge, and I'm like, yeah, USA, number one, obesity pandemic leader of the world, let's go, you know? But,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. For as far as I'm concerned, Ozempic is a magic drug that helps you lose weight, and in 6 months you could be not obese. Is a hell of a fucking medicinal breakthrough.
Yeah. Forget the side effects of the drug. Being overweight is the biggest side effect.
No, I 100% subscribe to the notion of that. Well, it's untested. Okay, fine, I get that. There's dangers, there's risks involved. Okay, I got it. But is it as bad as being clinically morbidly obese? Now that's what you got to ask yourself, because it has to have some really serious side effects for me to not put that shit in my body and go, choo choo, here comes thinner me, you know, like yum yum, thinner stuff, you know? Like, yeah, there's something to be said about how fucking dangerous and unhealthy it is to be obese versus this is an untested drug. Put that shit in your veins right now. Why did it repeat this?
I don't know.
We're not doing this. How do I... let's just get to the flag. It has to be really bad for me to be like, okay, well, I'll just end co-op and then reopen it.
Yeah.
It has to be really bad for me to go, Ozempic. Like, say, an analogy, right? Usage of Ozempic or the equivalent of it gives you a higher predisposition to get cancer. I think to myself, that fits a lot of medications. And that fits a lot of lifestyle choices too. In fact, I think I read an article once that says like higher elevation makes you less predisposed to cancer because of oxygen changes. And it's like good for you. Obviously, oxygen. Oh, it's the other way around. Less oxygen makes it you more likely to get cancer because you don't have as much oxygen. That's not to say you should walk around with an inhaler or like an oxygen thing, but if you need it, you need it. Just get it. But,
Well, yeah.
you know,
I mean, the body produces cancer cells pretty much on the daily.
yeah.
It's only a problem when the body stops detecting that it's cancer.
Yeah, it turns into kind of an issue. It turns out that having cancer in your cancer by definition is an overabundance of cells that are multiplicating and just growing at an uncontrolled rate. So
the body doesn't realize that it's cancerous cells it's feeding.
yeah, and also part of the problem it always ends up being with cancer is that your body just really can't detect it. Like you can detect
relatively too late.
Yeah.
For most people, because most people don't go until the symptoms are really bad.
Yeah, and this
they're scared that they're scared of the results. They're scared they'll just get fobbed off, or they just get misdiagnosed. That happens a lot.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's all kind of like it's like an up and down thing with medicine. It's not an exact science. You treat based on symptoms, and when you can't treat based on symptoms, you kind of just go, oh, okay, you know. So
I think it's only recently that they started to do dual treatments for cancer.
Yeah,
because everyone was fighting over funding.
Well,
and if you ever want to lose your hope in humanity, you just look at the medical center. They'll do it right. They'll clear it right up for you.
Dude,
how fucking evil people are how much people are willing to sacrifice other people's lives in the sake of profit.
Yeah, well, that's 100% on the insurance. And the medical field has its own share of it, don't get me wrong. But insurance is, the progenitor of insurances was fucking snake oil salesmen. I have that in writing, by the way. I found articles saying that one of the original scams that snake oil salesmen had when they were, way back in coming into fruition is that they would go from place to place and talk to people that own property or people that owned resources and be like, well, if you give me a certain amount of money, every month, or give me an upfront payment right now, I'll add it to a pool, and that way anytime anything bad happens to your house, you grab from that pool whatever you need.
Yeah.
And so what they would do is they would take people's money and then they would never be seen again. Does this sound familiar to you?
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a common scam that they used to run back in the pre-Western, maybe Western eras. But that evolved into state-mandated piracy. So, easily the worst part about working in the medical field is having to deal with absolutely everybody that wants to fucking sap money from you.
Yeah.
As far as insurances. And one thing insurances really hate, man, they hate having to pay out what they are owed.
They'll find any reason not to pay out that money.
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing it now. You're seeing the results of it now. One of the CEOs is lying on his back dead.
Yeah. Dead. Yeah. And not only is that motherfucker dead, no offense to his family or anything, but not only is that guy dead, the general public reaction of him dying was not in his favor.
No.
It was not in his favor. A big part of the population was going, finally somebody firebombed the Walmart, So.
And again, I'm very much against vigilantism, but at what point do you say enough is enough?
Yeah. I don't.
It's typically because typically vigilantism ends up just being Reddit vigilantism, where they don't get the right person and they hurt someone who's not even involved. That's happened multiple times.
Oh yeah, that's a really common thing that happens. It just, you can't trust your average, I don't know, person,
Internet
I guess.
sleuth, I guess.
Yeah, internet sleuth. You can't, how about this? You can't trust your average Redditor to actually know what's going on and make informed decisions. So don't do it. Vigilantism is not, doesn't make you a hero, and it doesn't do anything like that. It ends up being a really stupid thing to do to yourself and to the people around you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're not Batman. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Like, you're not even Travis. What is his name? Travis Bickle? The guy from Taxi Driver.
I know you're talking about. I just don't remember his name.
Like, you're not even that guy. And that guy, like, was supposed to be a warning against vigilantism and certain facets of male masculinity, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. Damn it, Gan Yu.
Yeah, Guan Yu, come on.
And the tiger is down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, just don't be a vigilante. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
There's things that you can do in your immediate vicinity that are much more impactful to the overall safety of your anything, really, of your house, of your self, of anything, that don't really impact your, are not really going to compromise your own safety.
Yeah.
So just, I mean, just don't do it. Not that I really think most people nowadays do vigilantism, but
No, I don't think
you know, if you do it, just stop doing it. And if you don't do it, then this is useless to you.
Mm-hmm.
They're just looking at punchy weapons to see which one has moves I actually like. All these kind of suck. Yeah. Vigilantism was a thing that was more prevalent when gang violence was much worse than it is now.
Yeah.
And even then, it was like a footnote in the evening news that, you know, Joe Schmo the painter grabbed a gun and shot like 4 people at a crack house.
Yeah.
What was a lot more prevalent than fucking vigilantism was going postal, dude.
Oh yeah. It was an epidemic.
Oh yeah. One of the only Seinfeld jokes that legitimately gets a laugh out of me every time is when I'll show you the clip later, but it's when the gang are talking to Newman, the postal worker, and he's like with Kramer, and they're like thinking of some harebrained scheme. He's like, "Oh, we'll sell your records or something." I forget what it was. And it's like, "Oh, your boots," I think it was. It's like, "Oh, you don't even use them. Just let us have them." It's like, "We'll sell them at a profit and give you a part of it." And then George is like, "What do you? Let me ask you something, Newman. What do you do?" And it was like, "I'm a United States postal worker." And then George goes, "A postal worker isn't like those guys that go crazy every once in a while and bring a gun to work and just shoot everybody." And Newman is just like the most pregnant pause ever, and he just goes, "Sometimes." I fucking love that joke. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. I also don't know why we're doing this, but I guess whatever.
I've forgotten who all these names are.
Yeah, Guan Yu, I recognize. I don't know who this other guy is. Can we go? Can you just take me out of here? Thank you.
Can you take me home, please?
Yeah,
Take me
can
some
I
McDonald's.
just go home now? Please? Um,
So today's moral story is don't be a vigilante, just be a postal man instead.
yeah. Whatever they did to fix the postal workers going postal is kudos. My
I think it was
morbid.
the CIA stopped fucking with them.
Oh, that makes sense. I would be pretty angry if the CIA was just constantly fucking with me too, I guess.
And that's what happened to me. What's happened to Mr. Ted?
Yeah, Mr. T?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um
CIA kept fucking with him, so he went a bit kooky.
it's just a little bit, just a little kooky, you know what I mean?
They made him so mad, they made him become a mailman.
What am I looking at? Do I want to? Oh, here's a blacksmith. Okay.
I keep forgetting you can use the blacksmith from the co-op screen.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends every once in a while. Sometimes I can't get to it no matter what I do. So it's interesting. I do kind of want to upgrade my white wooden cudgel, but I wonder if I have any better cudgels.
I don't think it really matters until we hit New Game Plus, and then we get the 5 and 6 star stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So just go hog wild.
Yeah.
If Neo told me anything.
Yeah. Just upgrade it once. I like the cudgel effect that it has where it just stuns bosses after a bit.
Yeah, it seems pretty busted.
Yeah, it does seem pretty cool.
It's very weird to me that the weapon that has the most fire scaling is a fucking brolly.
Is a what?
A umbrella.
Oh. Huh. That's cool.
Mhm. I don't know why, but
Couldn't tell you. I do think it's cool that the developers of fucking Wolong decided they wanted to partner with the Lies of P people in order to.
yeah, it's always fun when that happens.
I think it's fun. I can tell right away which weapons are from there. So even before I knew that they collabed with the Lies of P people, I knew that they had exchanged stuff or something because the umbrella and the saber and stuff are really stand out as for being from Lies of P. So. I was also hoping to level, but I guess I gotta do that in.
Mm-hmm. Do that in mission.
Uh-huh. But yeah, don't commit
Awesome.
don't commit arson, don't commit vigilantism. Just generally treat your neighbors with respect and defend yourself, obviously. But come on,
Mm-hmm.
extrajudicial killings are the sign of a failed state, not a democracy or civilized world.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, though. You know, I don't condone vigilantism, but I have seen more than one documentary where local dad takes a gun and shoots his fucking child's, assaultant or
Yeah,
something like that. And I don't condone his actions, but I said, yeah, that motherfucker had it coming.
yeah.
Yeah, like that motherfucker had it
We
coming.
have a nasty habit of releasing criminals who really shouldn't be released.
Yeah. But again, don't condone the idea, but I can empathize with a father who is like, well, the guy who ruined my kid's life and my life is possibly
Yeah.
going to a cushy jail cell where no one will ever touch him. Maybe I can do something about that.
Mhm.
Don't condone it, but I understand it.
Shoot everyone I don't like. It's that easy.
Yep. Mm-mm-mm.
Go and give.
Yep.
There you go.
Hello. Okay. Okay.
Who missed?
父上が怪しげな同士と話しているのを落葉で見かけました。おやし、なんか隠してやがるな。急いで追うぞ。
Wait, why am I hanging out with the red ones now? Hello? Oh wait, I was hanging out with the blue ones earlier. Never mind. I'm out of sorts.
今ちょっと厄介なことが起きていてな。
Okay.
これは不吉な。
Is it?
まさか。
I guess.
Is it? Okay.
バカ言うな。
It's just the wind, brother.
そう簡単に狩られるかよ。親父。
Dude, don't look at me.
I'm just a guy. Ham.
I'm just a guy. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
I'm just killing things for the hell of it at this point.
Better than for the hell of it. I'm killing things because I need XP. I gotta level up, you know what I mean?
Really?
Okay. This is a good spread of martial arts skills. I like them. I should probably level.
Oh shit, zombies.
Yeah. Zombies as far as the eye can see.
Well,
This
when it gets
doesn't-
something in that's going to kill me.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess you're right. But I'm doing it.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Insta death.
Insta death. Okay. Good thing nobody in the feudal era knows how to
Let's swim.
swim. Not like it's important or anything.
Yeah. Who needs it? Water is very dangerous. So.
Yeah. Water ends up being extremely dangerous.
Yeah, that's the reason why we made boats,
Yeah.
even for going across rivers.
Even for just crossing small ponds and lakes and stuff, you still want to be in a boat. Like, just think about the logistics of having to deal with being wet. Like, it sucks.
Yeah.
This doesn't look right, but I'm going to try it anyways. I mean, it ended up working, but I still don't know if it's the right thing to do.
I'm going to assume it is because he said going across the tied up boats.
Okay. Guess he's just gonna sit there and watch us do it.
Yeah.
Oh, so nice of you to teleport over, brother.
Mhm. We'll go after the pot throwing guy.
All right. Oh yeah, I spawned a crocodile down here.
Oh no.
Oh, he throws things. Oh god. Okay.
No.
Can't say I was ready for that.
Yeah, early. We missed a banner. We did miss a banner.
Oh, nice. You know, as much as I don't want to learn the wizardry spells, I'm wondering if it might be a good idea to just grab one or two.
Yeah, you might want to grab the Empower Weapon one.
Yeah.
Most of the self buffs don't last very long though.
Yeah. I'll look into him in a bit.
Mhm.
There,
I
brother.
don't know why they fucking dispel so quickly. It's kind of a pain.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I like the old SMT games, because they last the whole battle unless they get despelled or debuffed.
Yeah. Well, the all
Which
SMT.
that they, for some reason, fucking got rid of in the new ones, so they only last 3 turns.
Well, you know why they got rid of that.
It's because it's a dumb feature from Persona 3
Yeah.
and
Oh.
4.
Oh, you did it. You figured it out in one, Willy. Whenever I talk to people and I explain to them that you're a big SMT guy, but you hate, maybe not hate, but
I don't hate, but
you dislike the influence. Ah,
yeah,
fuck, that hurts.
let's go with that.
They always don't seem to mesh that together. It's like, oh, what do you mean? But they're like better now, right? And
No.
they can't refute your logic when I explain it to them, which is just like, yeah, but like, look at all these things that SMT is known for. I think SMT is like one of the only games where I can think of, aside from maybe Etrian Odyssey, where debuffs and things like poison are actually hurt bosses. I've always
Don't know why games don't let you just debuff the bosses.
right.
Or just put like a weaker version of it on the boss if you're scared of instant killing bosses.
I've always been under the assumption, or I've always kind of been under the idea that a boss fight should be like a puzzle in many ways.
Yeah.
You should have things that you learn about the boss, and then you try to figure out the best and most optimal way to solve it. You know, like a puzzle. And when you remove parts of the puzzle as I'm approaching the puzzle, I'm not going to think it's fun when you're like, no, you can't have that piece. Nuh-uh. No, you got to figure it out with the ones I put there, right there. Like, if you want to tell me, I'll give you some of the pieces if you manage to solve this part of the puzzle, then I'll be like, okay. So say you got to do something before you can put status debuffs on bosses, then I'll be like, okay, that's fine. But to completely remove the idea that I can do something like that is pretty bullshit.
Yeah. it also reaches another problem where there's like no point in using status effects because the boss, well not the boss, like the regular mooks die so quickly that there's no point in using it.
Yeah.
And then the boss is pretty much immune to them and the run of debuffs, so what's the point of even having them at that point?
Yeah. I also really hate stack stick gameplay, which is like, oh, in order to maximize your DPS, here's what you do. You cast a spell that increases your attack. And it's like, okay, well, yes, but I don't know. Be a little bit more creative with your buffs, right? Like, give me something that's like make me think about the buff, because it's a pretty no-brainer to spend a turn to increase the amount of damage that you're going to do in subsequent turns up to a limit, right? Like, it makes sense that you're always going to want to do that. Contextually, it's not always a good idea to ruin your turn by just doing that. Like, say you should heal instead of buffing yourself. Like, yeah, I get it.
Action economy.
Yeah, but give me moves that are like increase. I don't know, be esoteric with your fucking buffs. Give me stuff like, if you move to the left of this guy, then you get a buff for this amount of time, and then if you move away from him, you lose that buff. Like, I don't know. Something, you know? Like, not every game is turn-based. You can think outside the box with a lot of these games. There is something up there. I'm gonna see if I can jump.
I think the problem is that RPGs and JRPGs and RPGs in general are pretty much a solved thing.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much perfectly done.
I mean, just, you know, make a turn-based RPG. If you ever think about making a video game, I've always been of the idea that if you want to get into game design, just make a turn-based RPG.
Yeah.
Just start from that.
It's pretty much done for you.
Yeah. You don't even gotta think about like a game like Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasies, and think about how little sprite work there was involved with those sprites. You got move forward, wave your hand to look like you're doing something with your hand, like an attack or a spell, and then from there, go back into the line where you were. Like, that was for the majority. Most of the enemies in the original Final Fantasies didn't even move. I'm coming. When they attacked you, they didn't have animations or anything like that.
No, they just sit still.
Yeah. And that's its own thing, you know? You don't have to be a hell of a good animator or an artist or anything in order to have enemies.
Right.
I played turn-based RPGs where your enemies are just fucking shapes, and I thought that was good. So, I just think it's a good place to start. And it's an easy bar of entry because things like RPG Maker kind of trivialize making video games.
Yeah.
You don't have to always be on like RPG Maker, but it solves
the reason why people like Bravely Default. It's a JRPG, but with a bunch of features to make it go faster.
Yeah. And things to think about, like in Bravely Default, you've got like the burst system. I forget what it's called. I think it's Brave system.
Yeah, Brave, and then default you get
yeah.
a move on defending, which solves the action economy of defending always being useless in most RPGs.
Right. So
because you don't miss out, and some builds encourage you defending.
So that's a good way to modernize it. There's tons and tons of different ways to modernize turn-based RPGs while still remaining faithful to the idea of being a turn-based RPG. Some of the best stories ever told in video games are from turn-based RPGs. There's absolutely no problem in making and playing a turn-based RPG. Just do it. Do it for funsies. Do it like put all your friends in a turn-based RPG and give them different abilities and give them different spells and stuff, and just show your friends, and they'll go like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I haven't done that exactly, but when growing up, I used to write a comic, like a little mini page-by-page comic on a notebook where it was me and Elio and Manuel and a bunch of other guys who were just fucking around. Just meme after meme, but page after page, but I mean, that was what I did for fun, so.
Childlike one, oh fuck.
Need to sell some stuff.
So speaking of puzzles being boss fights, it's funny in one of the SMT games where one of your enemies, or one of the adversaries, is also on your team at one point, and he's weak to ice magic. And the second time you fight him, if you try using ice on it, he nulls it, and he's like, "Did you think that would work again?"
And it's really funny and also really smart. That is really fun. Yeah, when a game kind of challenges what you know, or kind of brings into your attention that it's not just that, like you can't just go around doing the same tactics over and over again, then that ends up being a game that makes you think and makes you understand that, you can do things like that in video games. That's one of their strengths, is that you can just interact with the player in many fun and exciting and interesting ways, where you just mess with their expectations and then give them something to think about. That's the fun of video games. And then you think about how terribly fucking turn-based RPGs get maligned in modern age because people think they're slow or boring, and it's like, maybe we should just burn video games down to the ground. I'm just saying, like we should still do that, I think, but just, if you can't stomach a turn-based RPG, brother, it gets much slower and much more boring than a turn-based RPG. I'll tell you that. In the sphere of video games, some video games are just looking at spreadsheets.
Yeah. That's all they are. They're just diced up spreadsheet,
And-
divvied up spreadsheet.
And I think that's okay.
Spreadsheets.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think it's okay.
It's all about presentation.
Yeah.
You get down to it, video games is just a bunch of numbers, which is stupidly reductive, but
Yeah,
it is what
but it is true. I mean, just think about how we were going and playing the Division 2, right? I went from thinking, man, I'm just shooting numbers at people, to, okay, these bullets kind of feel like bullets now. And all that ended up happening was that the developer changed kind of like how you interact with enemies, and how your leveling scales and on all this other stuff that's important to make it so your game feels like you're shooting bullets when you're shooting a gun at a person. The game has other problems, but it definitely now feels like I'm shooting bullets and I'm killing people with bullets.
yeah.
Possibly still the best thing Ubisoft's ever done. If we don't count...
Ubisoft's not having a good time right now.
No, Ubisoft deserves everything they fucking get. I was gonna say, like, Ubisoft's best thing they've ever done is not that. And I forgot that they own fucking Splinter Cell, so the best thing they've ever done is Chaos Theory. Which is a fucking excellent game.
And they forgot that Splinter Cell even exists at this point.
Why would, like...
To either whore it out to other publishers or to stick it in Siege.
Don't remind me. I'm still pissed about what they did to fucking...
Yeah, unfortunately, Siege got popular and Ubisoft had to stick their nose in it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we can make money out of this? Oh, we can make esports money out of this? And then everyone's like, oh, this sucks balls, actually. I'm sure there's still a competitive scene for Siege, but I'll never forgive them for fucking all the hours I wasted.
There probably is, but whenever developers start focusing on, like, the esports players above everything else, it's when the game goes to shit.
Capcom! Capcom!
The exact same thing happened to Overwatch,
Capcom!
being the famous one.
Yeah. I'm one of those guys that thinks that the FGC is worse now because we're trying to be esports.
I agree.
And I don't mean that in like, oh, people need to watch what they say. I just mean I don't like Sony and I want Sony to die.
Yeah.
Sony is the reason why I don't have any more Senran Kagura games to play. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Sony's also the reason why we're never getting a fucking third Gravity Rush game.
Yep,
That's the real sin right there, dude. Gravity Rush is a good-ass fucking series.
Even then, I highly doubt Xseed would even bother translating.
Nah, they'd laze out about it.
Games. Because they made like an article saying about how that kind of game would never get made today, which is complete horseshit.
It's complete horseshit.
It's complete horseshit.
You know why that
Those
game
games absolutely sell these days.
You know why that game wouldn't sell, or why it wouldn't get made? The only reason why it wouldn't get made is because you wouldn't fucking make it. That's why. Make the fucking game and people will buy it. People still to this day like Senran Kagura. I'm one of those guys.
Instead, it's relegated to being a fucking crossover in Brown Dust 2?
Oh, don't remind me. And it has Lane and all that stuff. It's a pretty common thing for IPs, dead IPs, to just come back to life. Assassin's Creed. They're putting that shit in reverse 1999, and I can't think of anything stupider.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they're gonna.
Why?
You didn't know? Oh, yeah, they're putting that shit in reverse 1999.
Okay.
Yeah. Surprise.
I guess it makes sense. Question mark.
I'm gonna hit my Divine Beast on this guy. I want him dead.
Yeah. He's a fiery boy, so my fire doesn't do much against him.
Yeah. There's also spellcasters around us that are just fucking really taking the piss out of me.
I feel it.
Just back up out of here. It's easier to fight over here when we're not surrounded by fucking idiots throwing spells at us. I'm gonna try to get these ads.
I'm gonna go down to fire damage here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's fucking 17.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping I'd deflect that move, but I guess not. Yeah, I just don't like Sony. I want Sony to go under. Like, unironically. I think...
How'd you come more Puritan than Nintendo? And I fucking hate Nintendo.
I fucking hate Nintendo, dude. But at the very least, they still let their games be moderately to relatively to almost entirely uncensored on their fucking Switch console. So as much as I hate them, and I have very valid reason to hate them, I
don't think it could convince me otherwise that there's not a valid reason.
Oh yeah.
Outside that they put out a good game every once in a while, which absolves them of all sins to their fan base.
Yeah. Don't remind me. And sometimes it's not even their own game. Sometimes it's fucking, of all things, Game Freak still gets a massive golden bass despite being completely outclassed in absolutely every way by indie developers.
By pretty much every other one else.
Yeah.
The Pokemon games are just made to push merchandise, not to be good games.
Yeah. And not even good merchandise. They stopped making good, like it's been a long time since I've been impressed by something that's not directly Pokemon related. You know what I mean? Like, the game related. Pokemon the movie was great. The Pokemon anime ended up being good? Question mark. I think
it's a long time.
Yeah, it's relatively done now. I think they have a new protagonist other than Ash Williams.
Yeah, they do.
Which she's cute.
Ash Williams.
Ash Williams, yeah. Ash Ketchum.
Groovy.
Dude, shit. I wish I was a better artist, dude. I'd draw that shit in a heartbeat. I was thinking 100% thinking of Ash Williams. But yeah, Ash Ketchum or Satoshi?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's pretty much been eternally 10 for like 2 decades now.
Yeah, but also he's not even that good of a fucking Pokemon trainer. He just...
No, he's lost every single Elite Four.
Yeah.
He's only recently won one, I think.
I think
that was under threat because people got really tired of him just arbitrarily losing.
Yeah.
I get the whole point was for the Japanese children to learn that it's okay to still do something even if you're bad at it.
Yeah.
You don't need to... It's not always about winning. It's about just doing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
But you can do a bit better than that.
Yeah, but it's okay to not be good at things and then just fucking, like, keep trying at them. But you got to get it right at least once, you know?
Out of decades.
Out of 10 years of doing one thing, you got to be able to draw a circle, you know? Like, you spend 10 years trying to draw a circle, you can't draw a circle, motherfucker, just give up. Life gets much harder than that really quick.
Yeah, it does.
So, when the entire ecosystem and life around Pokemon revolves around Pokemon. Be good at fighting.
Yeah.
Especially since that's all you do.
Yeah.
You don't have... Ash doesn't have a fucking job that he has to report to every day. You know what I mean? Like, all he does is travel around relatively fucking responsibility-free, might I add. They just let you fucking walk around, apparently.
At the age of 10.
At the age of 10. And he catches Pokemon that he think are thinks are cool without really thinking about team synergy, which even 6-year-olds fucking think about team synergy when they're playing Pokemon. They're like, come on.
He let 2 of his powerful Pokemon go for giggles.
Yeah, for funsies.
He let go of his Charizard for some reason.
Yeah, what was up with that?
And his Butterfree.
Butterfree is a good ass Pokemon. I don't know why the fuck, and it was an emotional moment too. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I wants to be with my female Butterfree friend," and I'm like, "Dude, you go back in the ball."
Just catch him.
Yeah, just catch them and put them together. Tag 2 Butterfrees. What the fuck? Who cares? But
That's what they call pseudo-narrative dissonance.
but you know. I'm talking about an anime that was made for children, which is dismissive because it's made for... Look, I don't want to start anything, but it's made for dumb children, okay? And I tell you that why. I'll tell you why, all right? Have you ever seen Precure? That shit is godlike. And that is made for little girls. It has some of the best fighting choreography I've ever seen in an animation ever.
Yeah.
To watch Precure,
Oh, no.
and that shit is...
I fully agree that just because it's children's meat doesn't mean it has to...
No, I'm not being
Doesn't mean that it's dumb, or it can't have a good story, or it can't have good X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
I never like the dismissive argument of, well, it's made for children.
yeah.
Because children media should be good.
Yeah, I mean, the children know what's good and what's bad. You know what I mean? Like, to a certain degree, a kid show made for kids is going to attract a kid if the kid show is good. Bad kid show don't get season renewals. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Yeah. Unless you're Teen Titans Go.
Unless your Teen Titans Go, in which case, even then, you're still not immune to fucking getting shit canned by a piece of shit studio because the HBO Max just fucking shit canned all of Teen Titan Go from their streaming services. And if they got rid of their cash cow,
you know it's bad.
you know it's bad. I don't even like Teen Titans Go. I think it's that I really think it's derivative.
I really dislike shows that shit on legacy shows that they've built off. In kind of we can do it so much better. I don't particularly like that. Well, I don't really like that kind of behavior in general.
Yeah, I don't like that.
To do.
I wouldn't call it elitist, but it's hard to separate it from the elitist ideal. It definitely reeks of old things that you like, they're not good, just like new things which are good. Why are they good? Because we made them.
Because we made them.
Yeah.
I've never liked that sentimentality.
Yeah. I really disagree with the idea that you should shit on legacy media in order to make way for new media.
Punching down, basically.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. If your show is good, then it's good by its own merits.
Yeah,
in spite of its legacy.
You don't have to defend yourself from people that like the old version of your thing. You can pay homage to the old version of your thing and find that those old fans will jump on board because you're respectful to the media that they like.
It's not that difficult.
It's not that difficult, but for some reason, modern age is like, no, we got to shit on this. We got to shit on this because otherwise people don't like it. Like, look at how quickly the tune changed around something like Teen Titans Go when one of the episodes was a crossover with the original Teen Titans. And people were like, this is great. Look at all these characters. Like, they look great. They're still got that weird pseudo anime style to them. This is fun. And then the least liked part of that Teen Titans Go collab is when the Teen Titans, the Go squad, started kind of making jabs at the old squad. And I was like, no. Stay in your lane. All right? Be nice to the media that came before you because that's what you're building your franchise off of.
Yeah.
It's a really simple metric.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and it's a metric that most people fail.
Yeah. But yeah.
Gotta be a man around there somewhere.
Yeah, you think so, but I'm kind of being twats about it.
Get this ship over here.
Yeah, let's take this out. See if this guy's at a decent level. Yeah, he's level 11. I think he'll be fine.
Careful, the mage.
I see him. Bitch. Cast more dumb fireball shit at me. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Come on. Cast that dumb fireball shit at me. Dumbass.
There you go. No, it's just a baby banner.
Lol. All right. Well, that
Yeah,
does.
it's fine.
It's fine, but I kind of don't want to run through all this shit again.
Yeah, because it definitely eats away at my potion supply.
Yeah. Surely there must be more to life
Then potion.
than potions. There's nothing over here.
Yeah, there's some rank 6 leather I'll grab.
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah. Well, maybe this is a new way. Maybe we haven't fully explored this way. I mean, we haven't fully explored this way, but I'm running out of things here.
Yeah,
In fact, I don't even know how to get back.
good question.
I guess I jumped like this? Yeah. Okay, well, my divine beast is up, so we'll just try to pull that guy out of the
The explosion zone.
explosion zone, yeah. All we gotta do is kill him, and then we'll free up the banner. We should also maybe check this way, too.
Oh, Hagzu is hunting us.
Yeah, that sucks. Just gonna hit this. Yep.
He didn't fly so good.
He didn't fly so good. But yeah, watch, like, I'll link you a couple clips of Precure later, because man, they know what they're doing with that show. They're like, yeah, the little girls like martial arts, right? Fuck it. Let's just have these really extreme and well choreographed martial arts fights for little girls to enjoy in a show about magical girls who gain their powers from friendship. Like, fuck it.
Why not?
I'm not dismissive in any way about children's media, and I think children's media should be held to a higher regard than
I can't figure out that.
because you want the parents to be in on it too. You want the parents to be fans of it too, because eventually they're gonna end up, hopefully, watching the same shit that the kids are watching. And man, if it's dumb and it has nothing for them, they're gonna get so bored, and they're less likely to buy merchandise.
There's a reason why a lot of children's films have very adult jokes in them.
Yeah, it's something for the adults. Japan's like the experts at that because they understand that animation is animation. They don't treat it as a fucking secondary like the Western world does. They don't call things cartoon, it's just animation.
So, my favorite meme is all the content creators are now calling their comic books
Mangas, because comic has such a stigma to it.
Yeah, it's doubly funny because I saw Meat Canyon.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. He was getting shit on that,
was
for that.
shitting on people for anime fans for liking that kind of thing.
Not only was he shitting on them, he was actually saying actionable shit and calling them like pedophiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that is not only is that not okay, that is
This is coming from a man who, by his own definition, has shown child pornography on his TikTok.
yeah,
With the that kissing thing.
yeah.
That fucking son and his that one guy.
Oh yeah, the Tom Brady or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very
Child on
famous.
the lips. You kiss your dad in the mouth.
You kiss your dad on the mouth. Yeah, yeah. No, I saw that he was marketing that shit.
That constituted as child porn on TikTok, which is why I got banned from it.
Right.
And this is the same guy who wants to moralize against you for liking anime.
Yeah, for liking manga and liking things like that. It's like, nah, dude. Like,
No. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
You don't like
if you're gonna shit on someone else's culture, you don't then use that person's culture to
Try to make
shift
money.
your product.
Yeah.
Or try and be funny.
Yeah, like if you don't like anime or manga, first of all, get the fuck out, right? Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just said to me, I don't like books, all right? Yeah. Because there's so many different types of fucking anime and manga. You can't sit there and be like, well, all you said to me is I don't like books, I don't like music, I don't like.
Yeah, but it's kind of like people who complain about anime being children's show when all they watch is shonen shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much more to anime and manga than shonen.
Yeah. And
Or
even
high
then,
school, or the weirdo Japanese high school thing.
if you want to watch
Oh, yeah,
shonen, just watch shonen. But
Mhm.
don't sit there and call your shonen that you're watching children's shit. Because first of all, there's a lot of death that goes on in that shit. All right?
Yeah.
And number two, you're dismissing your own thing. You're dismissing your own genre that you're vehemently for and refuse to see anything else that's not that. You're shitting on it for no reason. You're calling it like, oh yeah, well,
Yeah. Trash for children.
trash for children, and that's why I like it. It's like, how does that jive? You know, like I'm not saying be respectful for all anime and manga, but you can't just say all anime and manga is for XYZ kind of person, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
No. There's an entire genre upon genres of different
Yeah,
concepts.
different things that happen, different genres.
It's a silly way of like just breaking down
Well,
something.
not only is this silly way of breaking down, like, genres, it's also a really dismissive way of breaking down genres.
Yeah.
Again, it's like the analogy of,
It's effectively like calling like all literature like Twilight shit.
yeah, which is
Like,
dismissive.
there's so many more books than Twilight, even for women.
Yeah, and women I've seen what they read.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you something about it. Oh, and also, I meant to make this point earlier, like a couple of streams ago, when we were talking about like AI stuff and how I was just fucking around with it. Dude, women are the primary consumers of AI shit.
Yeah.
It is unreal the amount of bots I see where it is just ex-Yakuza, ex-Mafia member who you found broken, beaten, and shot on the streets, and you have to care for him. It is unreal the amount of that. And that's the tame stuff, dude.
Yeah. That's not even getting into the spicier.
Oh, it's spicy, all right, dude. I feel...
Again, I'm not judging.
Hey, do what you will. Do it. I don't care. I think it's okay because no human hands were involved with it. You do whatever the fuck you want. But
I can't laugh at it.
I don't want to hear grandstanding from people about how men are disgusting this and that when I've seen what BL and Fujo's got off to. Like, like I know what you guys are capable of. And I am
enough of the mouthwashing community.
Oh, yeah.
It is, ooh.
Don't even remind me, dude. If you look up mouthwashing rule 34, which I've never done, but if you look it up, it is not Anya, dude. It is 100% curly. Left and right curly.
Yeah.
In compromising and compromised position.
Curly and Mr. Hansy.
Yeah. It is not even Jimmy or whatever the fuck. It is 100% curly. So... that's my only complaint with situations like that. It's like, if you want to like your smut, fine. I don't care. But don't turn around and say, whoa, this is disgusting made for men stuff. It's like, now wait, I've seen what is disgusting and made for women stuff, and it is so much worse.
Yeah.
And I don't point fingers and say, well, women are this, women are that, because first of all, again, it's dismissive. And secondly, it's fine. I don't care. Like, I don't care what would we get off to. Much of the same way how I don't expect people to understand certain parts of what I like about, media and fiction. It's like, it's fine if you don't like it, but I don't turn around and say women are disgusting because they like fucking weird bad boy, playboy, fucking I'm strapped to a chair and examined by Yakuza member 30,000 kind of role plays. It's like, fine, that's what you like, but don't sit there and morally grandstand to me and say, yeah, I hate that men like stories about finding wounded and trapped elves in the forest and living a happy life with them. It's like, dude, we're like, whatever.
Yes.
By the way, that is not based off of an actual AI thing. I want all elves dead.
Lol, JK.
I 100% hate elves, and I want them removed. The only elves that get a pass for me are dark elves because they're cute.
And they're dark.
And they're dark. Which means they have sins, just like me.
And I can relate to that.
I can relate to that. I can relate to sins. Or feelings of not being good enough. This is a different topic from from elves. I'm getting off topic here.
Yeah. From our already off topic.
That's fun.
Tangent.
I can deflect and block just fine, even when I'm yelling about elves. Fuck, dude, there's so much delay on that last hit.
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
But yeah, the AI world is completely dominated by women who just love talking to their roleplay things, and I'm okay with it, and I'm here for it. Do whatever you want, but
I'm not one of those people who hates generative AI for the sake of it.
yeah,
A lot of people online who couldn't tell you what generative AI even is
Right.
compared to every other form of AI.
well, Neuro is getting some flack right now, right? Because
Yeah.
they're lumping
People
her
finally figure out that she's technically generative AI.
technically, yeah, but she recently got her and Vidal really got blew up in popularity from the subtrain thing, and I think it's fine. It's 100% deserved. Neuro is hilarious to watch. She's so fucking funny, but I don't care about AI. I draw the line from a commercial perspective. I draw the line at AI art, not because I think it's morally reprehensible or whatever the fuck Twitter wants you to believe, but because it just looks like shit.
It's getting a lot better.
It's getting a lot better, you're right. But most of them,
it's reaching the point where you can't tell the difference outside of very small differences.
yeah,
Or small anomalies, I guess.
yeah, most of the ones that I see, most of the people that I see that are like, ooh, generative AI.
Again, this is still very early on.
Yeah,
And this happened in the space of a year. Like, it's gone from, like, the jokey ones where, oh, look, it's Jimmy Savile in the forest trail cam to looking like genuine pieces of artwork.
right.
Again, I don't think they should be sold necessarily.
Yeah, I think I would call it wrong to sell things like that. And I have seen a lot of people that do sell things like that. And I think that's wrong. But,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't stop me from wanting to learn how to be an artist or how to learn how to draw. Like, I don't care. I don't
It's the
have.
unfortunate capitalism, baby.
Yeah, well, you know,
It's here to stay, no matter how much people scream and whine about it.
well,
You either adapt to it or you just complain about it
and
and how it's AI's fault that your art's not good and not yourself.
yeah, art, much like anything, is a game of connections. It's who you know, it's what you learn, it's who you learn for the people that you know, or what you learn for the people that you know. All that stuff just ends up being, you got the environmental impact and stuff like that. But I don't put any stock into that because we got much worse things ruining the environment right now. And that's not just fucking funny cat AI pictures.
Yeah. If you want to work at Disney, you need to be in the top percentile, best of the best.
Yeah. So, you know, I just think if you want to be an artist, be an artist. If you,
No amount of fucking AI is going to change that.
yeah.
Companies using AI to basically shortcut the design process is pretty much going to be expected, and they're probably going to fail because of it.
And
At least until the tools get better, which while they are going very quickly, isn't going to be anytime soon.
yeah, the thing also is that companies are the ones that you should be rallying against and not some guy, you know?
Yeah, just random guy on Twitter who's generating smut at random.
Yeah, and if he was making money on it, then you wag your finger at him and you say, no, don't do that, right? Because it's wrong, and there's no soul in it. It removes, it's not even a question about soul. It's more like not a moralistically wrong thing, it's a commercially wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's an inferior product.
Yeah, you don't sell fake stuff to the populace and then get surprised when you get backlash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand it from that perspective. I don't give a shit about it morally.
Morally, that's why I'm trying to avoid saying moral, because moral doesn't mean anything. Moral just means that you have an opposition to it from a natural like instinct that you have in you, or a learned instinct that you just developed from years of that. Okay, bye. There he goes.
Okay, bye.
Whatever.
Good thing Yaku, Chinese demon ghosts also can't swim.
Yeah, I guess it's fair that nobody can swim because that guy just felt like a rock. But you know, I don't care, but I would also never do AI art. I just think it's stupid. If you want to draw, just draw. Even if you draw it badly, just fucking draw it. Like, take it from someone who's trying to learn how to draw. It makes sense after a bit. It makes sense what lines and circles and shapes are. Like, you get it. You have to have that part of your brain that lets you go, oh, patterns? I recognize that. In order to function and live and thrive even in the modern or even any version of the world. And drawing is just like that. Like, you recognize shapes and you reinterpret them in different ways, and that's how you draw the things. Just draw by shapes. That's how I'm learning to draw, and I think it's working out well.
I think the hardest thing is going against your natural instinct to break stuff down into simple symbols, because that's the way we view the world.
Yeah. Well, as an artist, and I went through this as an editor, like a video editor too, the hardest part about learning how to do anything is the natural instinct to look at yourself and go, God, I fucking suck at this.
That too.
It's pretty normal and human to be that way, but it's not. I forget, there's many different variations of this saying, but I always think about the way how Calliope Mori said it, which is, if you quit when you suck, you'll suck forever. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, if you quit when you suck, you just suck forever. So don't quit. Sit around going, well, ooh, but it's like, okay, like let's be reasonable and understand that things like this take time and they take practice, and it turns into an instance of like being like, what are my expectations? What do I want? How am I growing? What am I doing in order to grow at a rate that I want to? You know, like if you don't put any effort into it and you're surprised when your art doesn't take off, it's like, you don't have the right to be surprised that your art's not taking off if you're not really dedicating yourself to it or practicing it. Where the fuck do we go?
We have to move this thingy? I think we have to move this thingy.
Yeah,
we do.
You're probably right.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I knew I was going to do something like that.
Makes sense. It was all covered in white, and that's how I knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just draw, you know, just make music, just learn to edit videos. It's like, just do things. Play video games, just do things. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no reason why you should feel bad about things that you do if you're learning. There's also a quote from Johnny Knoxville that says something like that, but I can't remember exactly what it is. Oh, I remember it. This is Johnny Knoxville. He's a really eloquent, very smart man if you listen to him. Like, I know that
he is very smart.
Yeah, like if you listen to him, you're like, damn, this guy hit himself in the nuts for a living. Like, goddamn. But he says something to the effect of like the most important part about learning is making mistakes. So if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. And I was like, you're right, Mr. Shoot me in the chest with a cannonball. Like, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, you know, just do it. Dismissively do it. Just do it because you want to do it, not because you think that it's expected of you. And by that, I don't even mean like a societal or parental expectation. I mean like, I have to have a skill. I have to do a thing. If you want to do something like art, if you want to do something like videos, just do that. If you want to play a character in a video game, just fucking play that character. Don't care about how difficult it is. Just do it. If you want to be good at a video game, that's different. But if you want to play a character, just play it.
What is that fight by a second?
Yeah. It's just he like delays at the very end. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
There's that buff from the debuff from the staff kicking in. So.
It helps.
Yep.
I can see like these for like generative AI for just one-off things.
Yeah.
Like just one-off moves or
Sure. Yeah.
porn of very, very niche characters. It's very good for that.
Yeah, sure. You'd be surprised at the amount, like, artists and people whose opinion I respect on the art of being an artist, you'd be surprised at how many of them use AI just for like references, like their head poses and stuff like that. You know, and I asked him, I was like, man, how do you guys feel about it? It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's just a tool, you know, just use it.
I can see like getting upset when someone's clearly using your art style or
Sure.
like what you're known for.
And part of the problem also is that these generative AI things, like the AI art specifically, is just data scraping all sorts of different images and just conglomerating them and stealing them to build these things, these databases. And I can get the argument for that, but I don't consider that a moralistically wrong argument. I consider that a commercially wrong argument.
Yeah.
Like,
morally, no.
Morally,
there's no fucking difference between that and learning from tracing other people's art.
yes, and I myself would fall in under the purview of that being a moralistically wrong thing to do because I love reaction images and faces and things, and sometimes it's from like very, very, very good art that you just zoom in and show the character's face, and that's what your reaction face is. And if I want to post something like that, like a funny animation and dance stuff, I fall under the purview of I'm using this for my own personal enjoyment, which I don't consider to be a touchable by a moralistic way. If it's just for me, or if it's just for me to interact and speak to people.
Yeah. Oh, hello, crocodile.
Yeah, seriously. Fire crocodile this time. Oh no, wait, that was you.
No, I'm the one lighting the fire.
Yeah. So, you know, there's some people that think AI is there's no reasoning, there's no reaching a middle ground with AI, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't like the idea of AI in many ways, but I don't consider it morally reprehensible to use AI as long as you use it responsibly. And I think part of that is also because it falls under many different things fall underneath that that argument. It's like it's okay if you use it responsibly, and if you're not using it in order to gain monetary profit in an moralistic way.
Yeah, use it to shortcut money.
Sure. You know, I think it's
which is what a lot of companies are trying to use it for. Which again, it's gonna fail because it's too early to use.
Because it gets
in that kind of way.
Not only is it because it's too early to use, but because people can tell right away. People know that your dog shit is dog shit. They sniff that out immediately, and in many ways, it's good that they do that. But the AI art specifically to circumvent paid artists' jobs is a moralistic failing on companies. But the problem is companies don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
They don't care. And that's why we need to hold them over the fire and go, stop doing that. Not some dumbass artist who thought he could profit. Yes, he should be shamed, and I think he should be debased in many ways of being a part of the art world. I don't think he should be allowed in the art world, but just that specific subset of person who tries to profit off of art, AI art.
Yeah.
If it finds out that you were using AI art in order to learn references or poses, tracing that, then what are you going to do? Collectively, actively sue from thousands of different artists who got their pieces trawled on the internet and lumped together into a machine? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's a tiger man.
Yeah, he's a tiger boy. I hate to be the bearer of bad fucking news here, but she's not. She's saying general. She's saying father. This is a good song.
Yeah.
Nice little rhythm to it. I knew you were gonna do some shit like that. I knew you were gonna immediately fill my life with an AoE.
Okay, he's very weak to fire.
Nice. Fuck this guy. Affectionately.
Mhm.
Oh god, I can't see shit. It's cool that he's like a mix between a tiger and a scorpion.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no, dude.
Mhm. Yeah, he's metal, so fire just ruins his day.
Dude, sorry here, children of this man, but your dad kind of went out like a bitch. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
giant tiger man.
yeah. I don't know, dude. Like your dad just kind of went out like a bitch. My bad.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'll take your yeah.
Yeah, give me the tiger, baby.
Yeah, I'll take your tiger boy. Yeah, just go ahead and flashbang me. That's okay.
Hmm. Who needs eyes anyway?
血気に流行って抗う俺たちを見守り続けた親父はその身を賭して孫家の行く末を示された
Okay.
俺たちが引き継いだ血は争いを重ねるためではなく弱き力を束ねる旗印たるべくこの身に流れる虎とは異なる双牙を持つ者よ我らの船出を見届けよ選手に掲げるはあのエセ同士の主給と万民を太平に導く王となった我ら孫家の未来
Yep.
Delicious tiger meat.
Anyways, hard cut straight to the family mourning that their dumbass dad died like a bitch. You hit me once, dude.
Yeah.
強くあれそして民を慈しみ戦を恐れる心を忘れるな
Okay. Sure.
特に咲くお主はわしに似て命知らずが過ぎるあやつを止めてくれ
Dude, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a bitch because this is an emotional moment, But he looked right at his sons and told them, "I love you. You're just like me." And his daughter, nothing, dude.
Oh yeah.
Nothing, dude.
Ugh.
Like, I feel that, like this emotional moment, but also at the same time, he's like that scene from the High I'm Daisy comic for the Metal Gear Solid one, where Sniper Wolf is dying and she looks right at Snake. He's like, "Think, I've always admired you. It's like, live free." And she and Anakan goes, "What about me?" And she goes, "What about you?
What about me?
What about you?"
And everyone important to you is dead.
Yeah.
I'm still here. Everyone important.
Fuck. That shit is so funny. Come on, Gib. I know I asked you to do an arduous task, otherwise known as load to the menu, load to the lobby, but come on. There you go. See, you did it. I know I could try to count on you.
Let's see.
Give me that steel, baby.
Yum, yum, yum.
Give me that steel, baby. Wyatt. Excuse me. Willie, by the way, are you pre or post sleep?
Post.
Post. Okay, so you're still gonna be up then.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be up for a while, so
Alrighty.
it don't matter.
None of
None
this
of this
matters.
matters.
Probably after this one, I'm gonna take a little break. I think
Okay, that's fine.
probably be back in like an hour or two, maybe less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's penguin to get back.
Mm-hmm. Come on, load me in. Come on, load me in.
It's got so much level to load.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Oh my god.
Oh,
Ow. You're doing great, Willie. Just let me know when you Well, you don't walloping that guy, because, whew, man, I got 2 of them over here.
Yeah, almost done.
Lol.
Uh,
Surely you guys could have done better than that.
mhm.
I healed myself like once, dude. Oh well.
Mm. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. I'll ping you once I'm back on.
Okay. I'll go and mute them.
Alrighty.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave moment for as long as I'm gone. So.